From the redwood forests to the Gulf Stream waters, these songwriters will sing for you and me. We live in a country of music, and the songs and the stories are underneath. From the redwood forests to the Gulf Stream waters, these songwriters will sing. And that is me on YouTube, and I'm turning myself off right now. Sorry, everybody. Each one of our singer-songwriters is part of the beating heart of American music, that tapestry of story and song that's been weaving us together for generations. And we're so glad that we can share all of that with you who are watching this evening. Now, in the before times, if we wanted to see a show like this, we would have to hope that, we can get to the local open mics or the wonderful, intimate live venues and travel all around the country and visit our favorite singer-songwriters. And of course, that is a wonderful thing to do. But tonight, we're using the wonders of technology to connect with all of these performers and enjoy their music right in our own living rooms. It's an opportunity to see the best of the best all at the same time. And let me tell you, from our sound check, I can tell that this is going to be one awesome evening. We want everyone out there in YouTube land to know that everybody here today enjoys spending time and listening to each other, as well as performing for you. We're also going to have an opportunity to get to know a little bit about each performer, because after they play their two songs, Alice Osborne, who is our interviewer, will ask them a question or two. We hope you enjoy this as much as we do. So let's introduce everyone. Like I said, Alice Osborne is going to be our interviewer. TK Tran is our sound engineer and working the switchboard. I am your MC for tonight. And let me introduce all the performers one by one who will wave to you. We have Mark Bishop Evans from Andover, Massachusetts. We have Dave Farpella from Dallas, Texas. Ann Gray from Norfolk, Virginia. Larry Hicks from Pittsboro, North Carolina. Mike Simpson from Saratoga, California. Matt Meehan from Portland, Oregon. Nalani Lassowitz from La Cañada in Flintridge, California. We have Gordon Lustig from Napa, California, Jim Pryts from Fairview, Oregon, and Erin Ash Sullivan from Harvard, Massachusetts. So as you can see, we are from all over the place. And now, without further ado, let us start our show. Mark Bishop Evans, you have the stage.
Thank you. This first song is called Liza Liza. It's a song of invitation, a song of proposal. Liza, Liza, won't you come and dance with me around that old willow tree? Share my soul, share my mind tonight. Liza, Liza, won't you come and sing your song till my memory is gone? Sing it high, sing it soft, sing it low. Liza, Liza, won't you sing and dance tonight? Liza, Liza, won't you say it's all right? Liza, Liza, won't you let your hair fall down? Falling softly all around. Let it fall to the floor, Liza Moore. Liza, Liza, won't you come and stay with me? Come down softly by my side, be my friend for a while, be my bride. Liza, Liza, won't you stay with me tonight? Liza, Liza, for the rest of my life. Liza, Liza, won't you come and dance with me around that old willow tree? Been my friend for a while, be my bride. Been my friend, made me smile, Liza mine.
Nice tune.
Amazing tune, amazing tune.
Beautiful.
Love that baritone voice. Good stuff.
Thank you. This next song is a
Whoa.
yeah, okay. Yeah, this next song is a melancholy song. It's about looking back and remembering, trying to remember the good times. You know, well, lots of times there's not good things to remember in the past. This is about trying to remember the good things. It's called A Laugh or Two. After all, the words have come and gone. After winter days so cold and long, finally we're alone, and there is no more trying. Maybe we can have a laugh or two. I wouldn't try to bring you any pain, or chase away your sun, or bring you rain. All I have in mind, after all the time together, maybe we can have a laugh or two. I don't have mind to try and change the tide. It's more than just a question of our pride that kept driving us on. So after all the songs, after days so long and weary, maybe we can have a laugh or two. no way to count the time in years. Pride can't stop the loneliness and fears only time can heal. So after no regrets, and after all the bets are canceled, maybe we can have a laugh or two. After moonlight fades into the dawn, pushing back the clouds to find the sun. Remember, if you will, all the times our hearts were flying, and maybe we can have a laugh or two. Maybe we can have a laugh or two. Maybe we can have a laugh or two.
Oh my gosh, how beautiful.
That's great. That just got added to my list of songs I wish I would have wrote. That's really a nice tune.
Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Mark, here's a question for you. What does folk music mean to you? And great job on those two songs. Lovely and haunting.
Does folk music mean to you?
Yeah.
Okay, what does folk music mean to you? I think that you can look back at all the hundreds of years of folk music, right? And as the generations go by, it tends to change. I think essentially folk music is an acoustic-based sound. I think it has to do with I think love songs, acoustic based. I think songs about the environment, songs about the world around us, songs about family. All of those things are incorporated into the folk music. And like I said, I think it changes over the years. And has expanded. It's no longer, just about the farm and growing a field of corn. It can be about a lot more now. So I think that's.
Thank you, Mark. Enjoyed
Thank
having
you.
you here tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, what a wonderful way to open this show, Mark. Thank you so much. And now we're going to go over to Dallas, Texas, to hear Dave Farpella, who tells us that in addition to performing virtually now with the folks that he used to live nearby in San Jose, he had, before the COVID hit, he went to the opening bell in Dallas a few times and would like to go back there. So, but for now, he's playing for us on Open Mic America. Take it away, Dave.
Hi there. Yeah, and of course, Open Mic Arona every Tuesday and Friday nights with this wonderful woman hosting. It's a great venue with a lot of nice people. So that Opening Bell Coffee Shop, I can't wait to go back. It's a great spot. So anyway, Mark, you're a tough act to follow. Of course, after soundcheck, I hear people in soundcheck, everyone would be a tough act to follow tonight. So surprise, surprise to, the folks who know me, the songs are kind of love songs. For the most part, I'll write about relationships. This first one, it's called It's Almost Never About Me, and it's kind of a life lesson song to where just because things don't necessarily go the way you think they're going to go, it's not necessarily because of something you did. It's just the way life is, and sometimes when you don't know the answer, it's best not to think too much about it, which I'm completely guilty of doing. So anyway, again, it's almost never about me. The hesitance cautious glance, not saying yes, but not saying no to my advances or hopes of romance. I try to remind myself it's almost never about me. There may be a wrong no one can right. Maybe she just wants life to settle down, hoping all along I'll stick around. Maybe she thinks I'm kind, but her heart just doesn't quiver like it should when our eyes collide. That or any of 1,000 reasons why. I wish I could think her thoughts or see the world through her eyes, spend a day inside of her heart. Maybe then I'd know why. The hesitance, the cautious glance, not saying yes, but not saying no to my advances or hopes of romance. I try to remind myself it's almost never about me. It's so hard to remember, it's almost never about me.
Oh,
My,
nice, man. That's good.
really good advice, Dave, in the form of a beautiful song.
Thank you. I just checking on. Okay, I don't have to unmute. Okay, good. Next one, not too dissimilar from the first, but let me. Thank God about electric pianos. I don't have to transpose. I just do the electric capo. Right? Anyway, this one is called "I'm Okay," and same inspiration, I guess you could say, from an individual standpoint. Saw your note asking how I've been. It's been a while, but I guess we're still friends. You haven't answered any of my calls, so if you really must know, this is how I've been. I've been staying up way too late and drinking way too much too, thinking way too many thoughts about you. Other than that, I'm okay. How about you? I muddle through the days, working at a job that's going away, working even harder to find something new. A new job, not a new you. I'm okay, how about you? I know you're working way too hard, I'm trying not to worry or get lost in your blues. I'm not sure how much you're thinking about me, but I'm damn sure thinking way too much about you. I've been staying up way too late and drinking way too much too, and thinking way too many thoughts about you. Other than that, I'm okay. How about you? Other than that, I'm okay, and I hope you are too.
Yeah.
All right, Dave.
Good song.
Yeah. All right,
Thank
man.
you for the piano, Dave.
I love playing the piano.
Beautiful.
I was thinking of guitar songs tonight, but I had a very special request to play piano, so I decided, yeah, that song I wrote on guitar, so I just kind of hacked out a piano arrangement. So
Beautiful. Thank you.
thank you.
Dave, tell me about the teacher who inspired you to love music.
It's there's two, and really the person that inspired me to love music was my father when I was a small child. Dad was actually from the Somerville, Massachusetts area. I know we got a couple of folks there. And when he was a teenager in the 40s, he worked for a place called Nobo's in the record department. And so when I was growing up, we had all sorts of music, everything from the Irish Rovers to old country with Hank Williams and Tex Ritter and Sing Along with Mitch. And I mean, you name it, right? We watched Hee Haw, we watched Lawrence Welk. I took piano lessons for a few months in the 6th grade when I didn't take them again, and I just hacked through it myself until I was in my 20s. I took a semester at a JC. And then I took piano lessons for about 6 months from a music store in Los Gatos. A friend of mine got me a few lessons for like a gift at a Christmas exchange. And that was my kind of turning point where the guy taught me how to teach myself. And but it only lasted, got divorced, it only lasted a few months. And then in my 40s, I took lessons for about a year from a woman who liked to train classical pianists' kids, the whole, 12 years of, and that really, she's the first person that put me in front of somebody. She got me a couple of gigs at wineries and a couple of parties. I didn't sing at all. And, but that's where I got my real confidence, was from Barbara. So my love from my dad, my confidence from Barbara, and then from Hub's Coffee, Mike Arona people. I didn't play an open mic until 2019. I never performed or sang or anything. So that's kind of the musical history. So great question. Thank you. It's sorry it wasn't a short answer. It was because
I didn't want it to be.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And I love watching you play piano. I'm learning piano myself, so I'm learning, like, ooh, it's so cool. I know I'm trying to figure out what chords you're doing, so. Here
Oh
we
yeah, it's the guitar helped me when I picked up the guitar 5 years ago. It helped me all of a sudden realize the patterns. I don't know why I didn't see the patterns as easily before, but now I do. All my arrangements are just out of my head, to be honest. So they're not scripted or anything. So yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, thank you, Dave, and thank you, Alice. And now we are going to go all the way to Norfolk, Virginia, to hear Anne Gray, who must be among our youngest performers ever. She told all of us that she doesn't play out a lot live, but certainly not now, but I think she did enjoy going to the Starving Artist Cafe in Norfolk. But today she's with us, so take it away, Anne.
Hi, I'm Anne Gray Golpira, and I am 15 years old. The first song that I'm going to be playing is called Grace, and it's an original song that I wrote from the perspective of two friends leaving each other for college. We watched and watched, she drove away. We said, when we're older, everything won't make sense. And those girls that we once thought were our friends will understand why they did what they did one day. Ooh, but I don't think about them half as much as I used to. 'Cause now all I think about is you. Grace, ever since I got on my plane, it's been your face on my mind. And if I could find the words, I would write down advice in the neighborhood. Guess growing up happens when you least want it to. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Then we got our licenses, and we drove to each other's houses. But before long we were packing up the car, boxes and books lying the floors. We laughed and cried on the way to the airport. Ooh, I promise that I'll call you, and I'll see you in the fall. Grace, ever since I got on that plane, it's been your face on my mind. And if I could find the words, I would write down our bags round the neighborhood. Guess growing up happens when you least want it to. Ooh. Looking out the window, see that small town in the rear view. And looking at it now, I think I've realized growing up happens when you least expect it to. And if I could find the words, I would write down advice round the neighborhood. Guess growing up happens when you least expect it to. And looking at it now, I can conclude, no matter the numbers on the page, no matter the lights tracing your face, growing up happens when you least expect it to. Somehow Gorgeous. Beautiful.
Yeah, man.
You're gonna be a
You
star,
have a
young
real
lady.
talent.
Oh, charming. Ah.
Thank you. My second song is also an original, and it's called The Good Ones. And I wrote it fairly recently. And it's kind of about having, like, someone who's kind of like a constant in your life. And at this specific time, I was kind of in a fight with them. And just having that feeling of, like, they're one of the good ones kind of thing. But yeah, so this is another original called The Good Ones. I'm on a rowboat in the middle of the ocean, 'cause I was promised there were fish in the sea. So believe me when I say that I've been searching, but they all seem to keep eluding me. And I've lost some friends in the past. Some were mean, others were cruel, but somehow you make me laugh. So I'm trying to hold on to you, and I'm holding on to you by a thread, but it's slowly getting longer, like the sleeves of an old sweater. And I don't wanna go out of you just yet, so please don't grow out of me either. And I've lost too many friends recently. I don't know why, I don't know why, I don't know why. Sometimes I accidentally let slip the inside jokes I had with them, but of course nobody else understands. So understand me when I say that I'm too fragile to have you slip away, 'cause you're one of the good ones, I believe. So please stay with me, 'cause I'm holding on to you by a thread, so tightly that my hands are turning red. And I don't wanna go out of you just yet, so please don't grow out of me either, 'cause you're one of the good ones, and I need a good one for once. Yeah, I need someone to believe in, and I need someone to believe in me. Sorry if I said something I shouldn't have, but you could never hate me more than I hate myself right now. I'm on a rowboat in the middle of the ocean, 'cause I was promised there were good fish in the sea. So I'm holding all this water in my hands, but it keeps slipping through my fingers.
Nice, Ann.
Oh, wow, and that's one of the most beautifully honest performances I've ever seen.
Oh, thank you so much.
You have a lot of talent.
We got a
you
star in
really
the
do.
group here, a young star.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anne. That was fantastic playing, singing, and delivery. You got it all. I mean, it was
Thank you.
great job. So my question is, tell us about your songwriting process and how do you start? How do you know you have an idea? Like you have the metaphor, the rowboat in the ocean and the fish. Take us through something. How do you get your ideas?
Um, well, I think most of my songwriting, I try to write from like a personal level, I guess. But usually I get inspired by like real life instances, and especially because going through like middle school and high school, like talking about like capricious friendships or like even just like growing up has been a major theme in a lot of my recent songs. But usually it will start with like one like line idea that I'll have that'll kind of blossom into that'll blossom into a song. Like this one was that idea of like someone being like one of the good ones and just kind of being afraid of them like slipping away. But yeah.
And with your music, do you start with the lyrics and then the music after, or how do you compose the chords and the melody?
It's kind of different for each song. Usually I'll find myself like if I have like a lyric idea, I usually like synonymously have a melody like with it. But sometimes it'll also just come from me like messing around with like random chords on the guitar. But yeah.
All right. Thank you, Anne.
Mm-hmm.
We can't
Thank
wait
you.
what else you have for us and what you're going to give the world very shortly. So thank you for being here on our program.
Thank you for having me.
Ditto. Yep, the world is waiting for you to perform live for them. I am sure, Anne. That was Anne Gray. And now we're going to go to North Carolina to hear Larry Hicks, who used to perform at Dockside in Pittsboro, but it's suspended now for a while. Hopefully he'll be able to go back there, and whoever lives there can check it out too. Larry, you've got the stage.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say, Anne, that was amazing music. And second of all, whoever put me after her, I'm coming looking for you. Kind of put me on the spot here. This song is, I wrote a series of songs about the seasons, and this one took about 15 or 20 years since the last song. So anyhow, this is a song about spring called Hello Spring. It's new out of the box, so we'll see how it goes. Sun perched on the horizon, cold moon nodding goodbye, morning soon to come my way. Tall trees standing in silence, waiting the dawning sky, bracing for another brand new day. Another cold and bitter day. This day is different, seasons turning the page, and life comes floating in the breeze. And as the curtain rises, spotlight hits the stage, and daybreak brings song among the trees. I hear singing in the trees. It's been a long and lonely winter. My heart, it's about to change, and I can sense it all around me. winter's fading away. Hello, spring. Snow is slowly melting, sun it warms my face. The world awakens from its trance. Blues, reds, and yellows, colors cover the gray and rise up in a springtime dance. Seize a moment for a springtime dance. About to change, and I can sense it all around me. Winter's fading away. Hello, spring. It's been a long, cold, lonely winter. My heart, I can feel the change. Winter's fading away. Hello, spring.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, Larry. That was great.
I told as much of the story as the lyrics did. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Hey, that song and that shirt go together just really, really well.
They do,
That's my-
don't they?
That's getting close to the fall shirt. And the next song is one where the tune just popped up in my head, but this was written during the last century. It's about 25 years old, but I figured you guys hadn't heard it yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and play it. It's called, it's about being a grown-up and expecting to have responsibilities, but actually you're just simply a kid. And this is called Just a Kid. Seems like yesterday, as innocent kids we played in the backyard. Hold on one second. I did a drop D tuning on the last one. Let me start over. Seems like yesterday, as innocent kids we played in the backyard, tossing baseball after school. It was easy way back then, when I was 9 or 10. We invented games, make up our own rules. Oh, how the years flew fast as I wandered through the past and remember all the fun things that we did. Some mischief here and there, but did I really care? 'Cause after all, I was just a kid. just a kid. This is you grow older, you must give up childhood ways, that life will treat you colder and harder every day. But me, I disagree. So does this kid in me. He's in my heart, and every day I live. See, life is for the child, makes living seem worthwhile. That's how I feel, 'cause I am still a kid. Yeah, I am still a kid. He says you grow older, you must give up childhood ways, that life will make you colder and harder every day. Me, I disagree. So does this kid in me. What worth is life if you don't know how to live? See, life is for the child, makes living seem worthwhile. And given a choice, I'll live it as a kid. I'll live it as a kid.
Not fair to make people cry on the show, Larry.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's just a song that says I don't never want to grow up. That's not a sad song.
Oh, but it was beautiful. It really was.
But it's poignant. It's poignant. It's not
Thank you.
sad.
And very relatable. So,
Yeah.
Larry,
Yes, ma'am.
what are your music plans for the last quarter of 2021 and for the first quarter of 2022? What do you plan to do?
I think as we continue to be safer and safer and getting out of this pandemic, I'd like to be spending more time playing with friends. I really miss the jam sessions. I went to one at a friend's house last week. We were outside, everybody's vaccinated and all. And it was just fun listening to each other play and then grabbing an instrument and playing along. I miss that. I miss that a lot. I miss that more than, getting up in front of people and performing. I prefer to actually sing with friends and play with friends. So that's what I hope to do. But we shall see.
Yes, and we can get the heaters and we can just make it comfy and wear a lot of layers.
There is such a thing as a fireside
There's
music.
that too.
So
Yeah, Larry and I don't live too far away from each other. Pittsboro is about 35 miles from Raleigh. So
but your tours go everywhere.
Yeah.
I stay close by.
Yeah.
So anyhow, thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
I appreciate playing here.
Yes.
Well, Larry, that was beautiful. And I can really relate to what you said about just wanting to play music with other people.
Yeah.
That really means a lot. Thank you so much for your beautiful performance. And now we are going to go to California, Saratoga, California. My friend, Mike Simpson, who plays in many places right now, he's playing virtually at an open mic. He used to play at the South Bay Folks, which are legendary in the Bay Area for their jams and open mics. And now he also helps seniors enjoy music and even sing along. And right now, he's going to play for us. Take it away, Mike.
Thank you, Daphne. Kindly introduction. I usually try to play whatever is newest, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play what is older but less often played. So. Lonely moon, don't know why it bothers to shine. Maybe it's just practicing for when you're here next time. There was an eclipse the other night, perhaps a warning that you'd go away. And now the full bright glare of this fat moon just makes me wish all the more that you'd stay. Lonely moon, what is your point to be so bright? Are you polishing your lamp for when she's here to share the sight? Might you lay that beam across the bay to guide her back and help her steer? A beacon that will draw her here to me. Silver lantern glow and pull her near. Lonely moon, the gray sky lends no friendly star. You solitary orb of white, quick lure her to me from afar. Lonely, 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 lonely moon. Lonely moon, don't know why it bothers to shine. Maybe it's just practicing for when you're here next time. Lonely moon, lonely, 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 lonely moon, lonely, lonely.
Whoa.
Beautiful.
I love that chording. That chording is so
Gorgeous.
pretty.
I like those two.
Mike's specialty.
Teach me that.
Don't know about that. Little different approach here. No one is moving on the street. 3 a.m. with silence hanging black and blue. I still feel smell your perfume painted on the sheet. Like memory, it's sweeter than when new. Is the old coldness back again? Tugging at my sleeve, familiar as a friend. Slowing down the hours so this night can't find its end. Old cold come chilling back again. Sky gone rusted iron from the distant city light. Headlamps from the highway, scissor shadows on the wall. My head hurts from gritted teeth, trying not to fight. And my restraint saved me no pain at all. You played the evening perfectly, your tempo and your key. You carved me as the wind wears at a dune. I'll play a piano romance running endlessly, ever always jingle jangling the same tune. Each time it's easier to dance the dance. Each time I drink down the same line. Each time I know that there's no chance. Each time we cannot say goodbye. So I wait the darkness out and watch for dawn, staring at a phone that will not ring, frozen by false promise, though I know you're gone, hoping for the numbness the cold brings. Here's the old coldness back again, tugging at my sleeve, as familiar as a friend, slowing down the hours so this night can't find its end. Old cold come chillin' back again. Old cold come chillin' back again.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Beautiful.
Really nice.
Beautiful.
Beautiful song.
Nice,
Beautiful
nice,
song.
nice set.
Hey, thank you.
What was the name of that song again?
The last one, Old Cold.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Beautiful.
The first
beautiful
one,
tune.
Lonely Moon. I'm going to mute for just a second so I can pull a chord here. Okay, 4 seconds.
Okay, Mike. How has living in Northern California influenced your musical style?
Well, in a variety of ways, but I guess the briefest answer would be that it's a hotbed of songwriting. And I have access to all kinds of excellent role models and teachers and that kind of thing to help take my minimal natural talent and make it into something perhaps worth listening to.
Are there any styles like, international or, something where you're making a fusion of folk or Hispanic music or anything of that nature that you're blending?
Well, I'm guilty of taking, there's a British folk group that people are very fond of that I like them okay, but I'm not a big Beatles fan. And I like to take their songs and recast them into swing and bossa nova and that kind of thing. So.
Okay, cool. That's what I was talking about. And you're so lucky to be in such a hotbed too, where there's so many talented people.
Yeah.
And I would say the weather and the setting also probably influence you too.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm not particularly aware of that influence. I've lived a lot of different places, so I remember.
Yeah.
95,
Well,
95, you know.
Yeah, setting does a lot for me with living in the Carolinas. So.
Right.
Thank you so much, Mike. And it's great to see you again. I know you performed back in August, and we were on the same show. So it's great to see you again.
Well, thank you. Good to see you too.
Yes, thank you, Mike. And saying that there's a hotbed here makes me feel so radical somehow. That's wonderful. Thank you for your songs. And now we are going to go to Portland, Oregon, to hear Matt Meehan, also been here with us before. I haven't ever met you in person, Matt, only through this, but I wish I did. And Matt is telling us that he likes to perform at the Songwriters Soiree, which I guess used to be in person, then it was online, and now it's in person again in the park in form of silent disco. Now that is the coolest thing I've ever heard. And in addition to that, he says he likes to play house concerts, and I think that's a wonderful way to perform. So Matt, you are now in our house, everybody's house. So play for us and take it away.
Thank you, Daphne. It's such a pleasure to be here. This is always such a treat. Everyone's been so amazing. This is a pretty new song, and it's probably not quite in its final form, but I'll play it for you where it is now. Carried you around such a long, long time. Buried in my flesh and in my mind. I thought I was angry and hurt. I didn't know it was hope that kept you close. I know that maybe sounds pretty strange. What happened so long ago can never be changed. Still I waited and waited to hear you say, wake up, son. It never happened that way. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And yes, it happened that way. I've held you like a shield before my eyes. I've worn you like a blanket in the night. Sunk into shame again and again. Tried and tried and tried to make it right. It's okay. It's okay. Now it's okay. It's okay. If I were to lay this burden down. I don't know what would hold me to the ground. Don't know how I know, but I know today I'm letting you go. How it goes from here, I can't tell. Truth be told, I'm scared as hell. Carried me so long, now I walk alone. Goodbye, my companion. Fare thee well. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Oof.
Wow.
Yeah. Amazing.
And
Don't change a
imagine you
damn
watch
thing.
Hey, that's nice, man.
that.
That's really
Really?
nice, man.
Don't change a damn thing. That's
Good
a
story.
Just-
Spellbinding.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's a hard one to sing.
Very nice
It's
stuff.
still. Well, this one's a little happier, I guess. And it's an older song of mine. It's called Gift from Above. I have to remember it for a second here. These clouds are a gift from above. It's no shame if they bring you down. If life had no pain, we'd be praying for rain to soften the sun-baked ground. I know you don't want to cry. No one likes everything gray. You can't stop the wind from bringing the rains in, then blowing those storm clouds away. So let your tears run on down. Makes no sense to push them away. When gravity calls, they're bound to fall. You had best just get out of the way. These clouds are a gift from above.
Nice.
Ah,
All right.
Very nice. man.
ah.
Super, man.
You get no argument from us where I live.
Good
Yeah.
example of two songs as therapy, I think.
Matt, you are a poet, and I would love for you to tell the group, I'm also a poet, How is poetry and songwriting different from each other?
Well, I'm one of the small minority of poets and small minority of songwriters who thinks they're not.
Good. Tell us more.
And everyone who disagrees with me, pretty much. I think that songs to me are formal poems. You know, a formal poem is in a particular form, like a sonnet, where you have a certain number of syllables. And so, I mean, obviously, with a song, you have music to rely on and to convey a lot of emotion. And if you have a spoken word piece, you have to do it all in words. And the words have music too. But it's easier to convey emotion and speak directly to the body with an instrument than it is just with words. So in that sense, they're different. I think I'm a much better songwriter than I ever was when I wrote just words alone, although I still do that too. But there's a connection, I think, for the listener to the music that is really special. But as far as the craft of doing it, I think when you're writing a lyric, you're writing a formal poem. As far as I can see, the things you do are all the same.
Thank you. That was a great answer. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, back
Yes,
to Daphne.
we know, Matt, you're a teacher, right? Yes, so I can tell by your answer too that you know.
Yeah, I teach songwriting workshops and online classes and host retreats and stuff. So.
And let me take this time just to remind the people at home that if you go to the Open Mic America website, you will see whatever online presence each one of these performers has and has submitted to us. So you can click on it and you can read more about them or hear more of their music. So go onto the website and do that either now or after the show or anytime in between. So thank you, Matt. Thank you so much. And next we are going to head over to California again.
Back to California.
Yeah, to Nalani Lassowitz. Did I say that right?
You did. Thank you so much.
Woo.
Nalani Lassowitz.
And
Very nice.
Nalani was telling us earlier that she used to play, I think virtual. Is Ham Bones virtual?
Every Tuesday, yes.
Okay, look up Ham Bones virtual every Tuesday and live at the Ocean View restaurant in Montrose when things open up again. And right now, Open Mic America virtual, and take it away, Nalani.
Thank you so much. Let me turn down my speaker here. 1 year ago, I wrote this song, Scraps of Paper, and I think a lot of songwriters during the lockdown, we looked at our old lyrics and things written on the backs of envelopes, and I was feeling pretty pessimistic about the future with the pandemic raging, so this is not one of my optimistic songs. It's called Scraps of Paper. Scraps of paper, looking for truth, chasing a dream through the lens of my youth, taking a dive into these scraps of paper. Scraps of paper, unfinished rhymes, random thoughts frozen in time. I'm hoping to find the meaning inside. I'm getting tired of waiting to find the meaning inside these scraps of paper. When I was young, thought I knew all the changes we needed to go through. I thought that love would light the way, but in the dark I'm losing Scraps of paper, unfinished lines, half-hearted poems, half-hidden signs, thoughts interrupted, never spoken in time. Scraps of paper, looking for truth. I missed a dream I heard as a youth. I'm taking a dive into these I thought that love would light the way, but in the dark I'm losing faith every day. I trusted love would save us all. A broken promise hidden in these stacks of paper, looking to find hope in stacks of paper.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bring that
Every
D40.
songwriter, for sure.
Yeah, no kidding.
Thank you. Well, that was in an alternate tuning, so it gave that Neil Young kind of a sound. And here's one of my songs called Say If You Love Me. Say if you love me and stay if you do. Know that I love you too. Make me an offer that I can't refuse, signed and sealed by you. Play me a love song to make my heart rise. Ask and I'll sing one for you. Reach for the stars as you whisper your dreams. Dreams can sometimes come true. Taking a look at my life and the time slipping by, I know why you have come to my side. Rest on my shoulder and let your eyes close. Take all the time that you need. Ooh, watch as tomorrow unfolds and reveals love to you and to me. And to me.
Beautiful, Nalini.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Love that voice.
Yeah,
Thank you so
really
much.
beautiful singing voice.
Nalini, how, when you were growing up, how did your family influence your music? Did you do stuff together as a family musically?
Yeah, my father could pick up any instrument and play a few notes. He could just figure it out. My mom played piano, and we all sang around the piano of Christmas songs. And actually, my mother brought home the first import of Meet the Beatles, when I was 10 years old. And she was a beatnik. We had immigrated from the Netherlands, and she wasn't that comfortable with rock and roll, like the 50s kind of music. But when she heard the Beatles, because she was a jazz fanatic, and when she heard the Beatles, she just flipped out, brought them home. And I'd say that's when I first attained consciousness, was listening to the Beatles and lots of jazz growing up.
Do you remember your very first song, maybe when you were 3 or 4 years old, that that stuck with you?
You know, I couldn't name the Christmas Carol, but, well, gosh, 3 or 4, no. Maybe a little bit later when we started getting the musicals, from the Disney musicals and whatnot. I loved all of those old songs.
Great. Well, thank you.
Anything with harmony.
Yes. Thank you so much.
I am 16 going on 17.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of stuff.
I was going to say, Nalini, that while you were singing, I could hear your song with a lot of harmony being played by a band or something, in the 60s.
Well, I have a band. It's called.
I could hear in my mind.
My band is called J&J Band.
Oh.
And we're a vocal trio, and we're doing a lot of the 60s and 70s kind of mamas and papa harmonies, so we're having a great time.
Should try it on this song.
We do this song.
Ah, yes. Okay, maybe I can find you online.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nalini. It was wonderful to hear you.
Thanks for having
And
me.
now we are going to listen to Gordon Lustig from Napa, California. And he was telling us that he likes to play in his living room. I like to play in my living room too. But if he were to play somewhere now, it would be wonderful to play at the Freight and Salvage. So
There you go.
there we go. I agree with you wholeheartedly. So you have the stage, Gordon.
Okay. Well, I'm going to play a song that was inspired in 2010 when I flew from Napa, where I am, to New York. Actually, it was a singer-songwriter in the Bay Area who wanted me to play on his recording, and he paid to fly me out. And he was in New Jersey, and all I had was an address. So, and I have no sense of direction. So I had this address. I flew from and landed in Newark. Now that's New Jersey, right? So I landed in New York, and then I got a car, and all I had was the address, and I rented my first GPS. I'd never used one, but I thought that they were pretty easy to use. And I just used that to get to New Jersey, to the address, and somehow I got there. But on the way, a relationship kind of grew between me and my GPS, who I call Jane. And I wrote her a love song. So, you were talking about folk songs tend to be love songs. So this is called Jane, and it's about my GPS. She won't laugh, she won't crack a smile, and her style is cool and sophisticated. She won't lie, she'd never curse, and her words are clear and calculated. When I lose my sense of direction, when I'm feeling like I'm 2 feet tall, when I begrudge her elegant perfection, she doesn't judge me at all, because she doesn't think, she doesn't ever think, she doesn't think I'm an idiot. She doesn't mind how much I waste my time. She doesn't think that I'm an idiot. It's a true story, by the way. We share a kind of wanderlust. She's not just the object of my desire. I turn her on. She knows the path I seek. She speaks and I am taken by her. People stare when we go out together. They find our love a bit unorthodox, but it was there from the moment that I met her, right out of the box. Because she doesn't think, she doesn't ever think, she doesn't think I'm an idiot. She doesn't mind how much I waste her time. She doesn't think that I'm Last night, we're cruising Cider Grove. I drove and Jane, she navigated. Merge right, she said, somehow left I veered, and I feared that she was aggravated. But when I asked, is anything wrong, Jane, she didn't give me any attitude or bite my head off for being in the wrong lane, you know, like some girls do. Because she doesn't think, she doesn't ever think, she doesn't think I'm an idiot. She doesn't see a single flaw in me, though I'm not the brainy kind. No Bill Gates or Bob Einstein. She doesn't think that I'm an idiot.
It's the most love song I've ever heard.
So charming and funny.
Yeah. Well, funny to you, we broke up.
You're a Napa boy, all right?
Oh,
Is there a breakup song about Jane?
There will be, but as soon as, the phones came around, and I just, Jane just sits in the drawer somewhere now.
Poor Jane. I got a Jane too.
Yeah. This next song, it's pretty self-explanatory. People would say, has anyone ever told you you sound like James Taylor? So I thought, well, I'll just write a song that kind of answers that rather than saying yes. Most people say that. So this one's called I Am Not James Taylor. I am not James Taylor, nor am I a Taylor's son. No hit songs have I written, no Grammys have I won. I wasn't raised in Massachusetts or the Carolinas. Yes, I am not James Taylor, never will be, never was. I've never been on heroin, I've never gone insane. I may have walked a country road, but I ain't seen fire and rain. Just because I play guitar and sing a little like he does, it don't mean I'm James Taylor, never will be, never was. I have this old recurring dream, I'm lying in my bed. There's a young blonde beauty planting kisses on my head. The sun comes up, she sees my face, screams and shoots me dead. I don't like this dream. 'Cause I am not James Taylor, take a look and you will see. And I don't sound much like him, he just sounds a lot like me. There is one of us in every town, how many I'm not sure. But I am not James Taylor, and we are not James Taylor, never will be, never were.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Excellent. Excellent.
Thank you.
With James Taylor guitar all over. Beautifully done.
Beautiful.
Well written.
Jimmy should hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
And I will never ask you or say, oh, you sound like James Taylor. Not
It's
saying
okay. It's okay.
Gordon,
Yes.
you are a noted and amazing guitar ukulele teacher, music teacher. What experiences with your students stand out, or one experience or maybe two experiences that you're most proud of as a teacher?
Well, there's a woman here in Napa who I've known for a while, and she's taken the classes that I've done through the Parks and Rec department, and then she just, after a few months, she says, I just think I'm just not cut out for this. And I I go, you just got to keep working at it. Just be process oriented. Don't be, so goal oriented. She says, well, I don't have a lot of time, You can interpret that how you will. Well, after a couple years, when COVID hit, she and a friend who also plays started playing together, meeting once a week or twice a week. And then they would meet on Zoom. And they wanted to do a fundraiser. And they did that for a food bank or something here in town. And what I didn't mention is that I think she's 93 now. So that was really rewarding. She came up to me because they asked me to come just help them get ready for this concert that they did. And they raised at least $10,000. They were going for like $500. They raised like $10,000. And she said, Gordon, I kept wanting to give up, but I stuck with it and it hit. It all makes sense now. So she's still playing. She's like 93, Rachel. And so that was very rewarding.
And she's a guitar student?
She's a ukulele student. So, yeah. Well, she was in the classes. She was never a private student, but good friend and in my classes. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's a great story. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Enjoyed your songs too. You are all your songs have a humorous bent to them?
Those weren't humorous. Sorry, that was a joke.
I know. I know.
Yes. No, but I feel most myself when I'm doing songs that are funny. I think if I were the singer I would like to be, I would feel I could pull off love songs and more serious songs. And I have a lot of those, but I like performing funny songs and writing them. Yeah.
Yes, keep doing it. Keep being
Thanks.
funny.
Okay, thanks.
Not everybody can pull it off, so it's a gift.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and it's so nice that you just, spent 10 minutes making us all smile from ear to ear. Also, you sound like exactly the kind of teacher that anybody needs to learn anything. I applaud you
that's
for
very
that.
nice of you. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for that. I'd love to hear more. I'm going to go look and see on our website what you put there. And now we're going to go to Fairview, Oregon to hear from Jim Pritz. He's visiting us again. And he was telling us earlier that one of the places he likes to perform virtually is the Lockdown in Cambridge, in England, not Cambridge, Massachusetts, right? What is that, like at 2 a.m. or something?
No, my time is 11 o'clock. They start at 7 in the evening.
Right. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And at the Artichoke, right in Portland. So, and at Open Mic America. So take it away.
Open Mic America. Well, thank you. Pretty good, Napa boy. That was nice. I'm gonna do a full-out love song that I wrote in 1975 for Kimmy Sue, wherever she is. Baby, you make it such a pretty day. Baby, you look the part of spring. Maybe you're the writing on the wall, or just the music for my next song. Baby, you make the coldest day seem warm. Maybe my soul has sprouted wings. If I must, I will go, but not before we make love once more. Look how the world is turning on a string. Baby, my eyes reflecting you. Maybe you're the reason that I smile. We'll find the way to go another mile. in the springtime when the early sun wakes us up from sleepy dreams. Then I'll know it's time to go, but only if you really wish it so. Baby, you know it turned the darkest day into a holiday. Cha-cha.
Yeah.
Cha-cha, boom.
Yeah.
I thought that was a Latin piece.
Yes, it was a Latin. Once it probably was. So
Bravo.
now I'm going to. What am I going to do? Let's see. I've got a friend who's a songwriter, surprise. But he's also a banker. He sits in an LA office and writes code to make rich people richer. But at night he goes home and plays his guitar and writes beautiful tunes. When he was a young man, he used to learn all Paul Simon's licks, like then he'd write a song around it and sing it for his wife. So I call this the songs that you sing to your wife. By day, you're a banker by day. Writing your code for financial security. And you're kind. You're kind of a misfit down there. Loosening your tie and looking for costs to trim. And you're cool, you got it under control. The profits will rise if only they trust in you. But at night you bring out the love of your life. You play your guitar and you write the songs that you sing to your wife. Simon says you must play the guitar. And for a time you will lose yourself in my song. It's your fate. It ain't something you choose. And you've learned to reach down inside of you. So write and be true to the verse. And play with the fire that burns in you. But at night you bring out the love of your life. You play your guitar and you write songs that you sing to your wife. Those songs that you sing to your wife. And are you going to Scarborough Fair?
Wow.
Beautiful.
I love that. I love that.
Well done.
That was
you.
great.
And if I can't tell you who the songwriter is because he'd kill me.
But does he like the song?
He loves the song. Yeah, I succeeded in pleasing him. Yes.
Good.
Oh,
Wow.
good show. Jim, I really enjoyed your new song, Winter Wheat, and it's
Thank you.
about the last harvest before COVID. And I would love for you to talk a little bit about it and what inspired you to write such a song that has double meaning.
Sure. I don't write very many tunes. I probably have 25, 30 songs, and not all of them I'm happy with. And I've been writing since about 1970. Winter Wheat is something I wrote. I wrote a story about a farmer who was a third-generation Dufur, Oregon wheat farmer, and a story about him explaining to his young daughter about the pandemic. And the double story comes in when his daughter is teaching him about gender equality. He never had a son, and she is the son he never had. And she just quietly goes about changing his opinions about what women can do and what they can't do. But on the other side of the coin, it's the pandemic is real. And when he put the wheat into the ground in the I guess that's in the springtime or in the fall, it came up next spring, and it was the first crop of the pandemic. So it was a work of prose that I turned into a song because I felt more comfortable working from a pattern, something that I had already put down on paper, and I didn't have to mess around. And I always worry about cliches, so I wanted it to be cliche free, and I figured that might be a good way for me to start.
And Jim, the Dufur farmer, was that a story that you found in the newspaper?
No, I
or-
just made it up.
Okay.
I just lied.
Okay. Now, just the winter wheat. A lot of times we come through the media, but
Sure.
was it
And
all
winter wheat
something-
was a great way to attack that whole thing about the pandemic, because I didn't want to write a song. We're all dying, and it's really a bad thing, but we'll get over it. I didn't want to commit any cliches, and so I decided to attack it from the point of view of a overworked, underpaid farmer and his young daughter, affecting each other's lives. Yeah.
Well done, Jim. It's a beautiful
Thank
song.
you. Thank you so much.
Back to you, Daphne.
I'm muted. There, I'm unmuted. Thank you so much, Jim. I always love hearing your music and your ideas. And
Thank you.
now, with 9 opening acts, I'd like to introduce Erin Ash Sullivan from Harvard, Massachusetts, who is going to take us home today.
All right.
She performs at Club Passim, which you could see online, and the Burren, right, in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Take it away. Take us home, Erin.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Erin, and my first song for you tonight. So when I was a kid growing up in the 80s, my sister and I, our hands down favorite toy was a TIAC tape deck that we used for a million purposes and was the starting point inspiration for this song.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Daphne, are you going to spotlight her?
She is.
All right, here we go. Two little girls moving every 2 years, taking refuge from the lonely and the new. We find a tape recorder with squeaky gears and figure out that make-believe's much better than making do. We can make the empty hours go by doing interviews on our radio show. We don't care if one's listening. We can hear each other. We can hear each other. We don't care that no one's listening. We can hear each other. We can hear each other. We got a toothpaste ad and a parody tune and a quiz show made from stuff we learned at school. And the older one plays Claire de Lune while the tomboy brags about cannonballs in the pool. And just behind that old recorder's hum, you can hear the whispers of the women we'll become. We don't care that no one's listening. We can hear each other. We can hear each other. We don't care that no one's listening. We can hear each other. We can hear each other. The cassette runs down, the tape rolls clear. It's tricky to remember just what we were thinking of. And now your world's away, and I'm still right here, but we still know how to broadcast who we are to who we love. A lesson that we both learned long ago. In that little world we made on our radio show. We don't care that no one's listening. We can
each other. We don't care that no one's listening. We can hear each other. We can hear each other. We can hear each other. La da da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da da
Yeah.
I love that.
You can play with people online, no problem.
Erin, that could be our anthem.
I know. I actually have started singing that when I do open mics in bars because no one is listening. And all the other songwriters that are doing in the round with me are so happy.
Well, we're listening, and there are people out there, but yes.
That's beautiful.
All right, the song number 2, last song of the night. So for this one, I would like for you to travel back in time with me to the summer I graduated from college, which was a terrible summer. I was a baby adult, and I had no idea what was going to be happening next or where I was going or what I was doing. And it happened to be the same summer that my grandparents were actually, they lived in the same town where I was going to college, happened to be packing up their home and moving to a retirement facility. So this song is a 100% true tale of one day that summer. One time I stole a book, I'll tell you why. It happened on a warm day in July. I was working one more summer in my tiny college town. The heat curled up my posters and the quiet pulled me down. They said the world would be my oyster when they gave me my degree. I disagreed. I didn't know what I'd need. Meanwhile, in the same town round the bend, another era wound down to its end. A couple sealed the final boxes going to Goodwill. The rest of their possession moving them down the hill. He said, my steps have grown unsteady and your memory breaking free. She disagreed. She didn't know what she'd need. Now, how do you know if it's an ending? Oh, or a spark? Oh, give us grace to know the signposts and the marks. Pete and Dottie met before the war. They dreamed big and want more. Their home became a shrine to all the wonders they would see. And fertile ground for dreamers and for grandkids, that was me. I said to them, you must have known that you were meant to be. They disagreed. They hadn't known what they'd need. Now, how do you know if it's an ending? Oh, or a spot? Oh, give us grace to know the signposts and the marks. So that day when I felt sorry for myself, I found a thrift shop and my eye fell on an old blue book upon the shelf. I opened up the cover and in writing small and neat, it said December 1940, from your Dottie to my Pete. And though the $2 on the flyleaf was a reasonable fee, I disagreed. For once I knew what I'd need. And oh, how do you know if it's an ending? Oh, or a spark? Oh, give us grace to know the signposts and the marks. The signposts and the marks. One time I stole a book, I'll tell you why.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Crying twice
Your
in
vo-
one night, just not fair.
Yeah, no kidding.
Your voice echoes in my mind.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice.
Erin, you have such a gift for taking personal details of your life and making them universal. Of all of your original songs, which song of yours truly connected with your audience, and perhaps you were a bit surprised that it did?
So I would say that one for sure has been really resonating with a lot of people when I played out, because everybody is sort of slotting into the story in one phase or another, whether they're the parent or the child. But I have another song about my grandmother, who was one of my musical inspirations, and spent a lot of time as a performer before she married my grandfather. And she had this really amazing life, but of course I didn't think to ask her any of those questions about that part of her life until it was too late and she had already passed away. And so one of the songs that I wrote about that is literally just the list of questions that I have for her. And that one, always people come up and say, oh, it's the same thing. It's not until you're old enough to appreciate that your parents actually had a lot before you were born, and it's at that point it's too late to actually get the information.
Thank you. Well, I think it takes a lot of guts to take, your personal story and then to put it out there. So I applaud you.
Thank you. And I'm also afraid that bookstore is going to hunt me down and charge me
charge you on
for stealing the book.
Well, Erin.
It's worth it. Thank you, Erin. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Erin, not only did you tell it, you wove two separate stories into one song with the same thread. And that was so artful. And now I remember where I saw you perform and why I said to Capo Dave Williams, gotta invite that Erin Ash Sullivan. It was that song, I think, at Club Passum. Yes. Thank you for singing it again.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
And now we have come to the end of a really wonderful evening of song and heartfelt conversation, little crying here and there, little laughing. I would like to thank everybody who's at home right now watching us. I would like to thank everybody who performed for us. I'm sure Alice and TK and Dave Williams are joining me in those thanks, right? And thank you, Alice, and thank you, TK, for doing what you do on this show. Remember to check openmicamerica.com to find links to everybody's wonderful work. And also, if you like this show, please help spread the word of mouth. There's posters that you can download from the website, and put in a coffee shop or like I do in the garbage room of my apartment building, because everybody has to take out their garbage, right? There's also t-shirts you could have printed for yourselves as to commemorate your performance on this, or just watching it and telling people how wonderful it is. We'll be coming to you every other, now 3 times a month now. Check the website for all the dates. Our next performance date is October 10th. Laura Bordowitz will be the MC and Pete Summer will be the interviewer. So stay tuned for that lineup. Now we're all going. Did you have anything you wanted to add, Alice? I don't want to have us wave goodbye until we give you a chance.
I'm all set. Thank you so much. It was a great show. I just want to say thank you to everybody who gave it their all. It's beautiful. Thank you.
Absolutely. How about you, TK? You good?
I'm all good.
Yay. Okay, TK. So he's going to stop the live stream. We're going to wave to everybody at home. Goodbye, everyone in YouTube land.
Bye.
Thank you
Thanks
for
for having us.
listening to us.